Hello YouTube and welcome back to Let's Play Bloons Monkey City. As always, let me know if the audio is too loud or too quiet or anything. Because I actually can't even hear the game right now. But that's alright. Let me get the chat up. Okay. So let's see, where was I? So I've played Bloons Monkey City before on the channel, I think. Pretty sure I did. But now it was released on Steam, so I figured why not play it again, because I've never really made it that far on Steam, or I mean, obviously not on Steam, but in this game. They made a couple improvements, I think. The, at least as far as I remember, the like auto start the next round. I don't remember if that started specifically on Bloons Monkey City, or if that was first on like Bloons Tournament 6, I think it was. I remember it was something I wanted for a really long time, so I'm pretty sure when it happened, I was like, oh hey, they listened to my suggestion even though they put it on a different game. So I think it was on Bloons Monkey City that it first showed up. But anyways, I don't think there's any other differences other than it just being on a PC port. I feel like the original was on the browser, and then they added it to the phone. But I don't, or was, yeah, I was confused on like what platform it started on. But is the game too loud for my voice, or? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, because I can't necessarily raise them both up. The mic is already as loud as it can be. So, yeah. Also, I should be upgrading these. I was underestimating the game, I guess. Let's see. Okay, chat back up. Okay. What was I talking about? That's right. I was confused about where Bloons Monkey City started, whether it was on the browser or mobile phone first. But I don't remember if the mobile phone version had any specific updates or upgrades compared to the browser version. It would be nice to play this game in the BTD6 engine and have all those characters and all that, but obviously that would take a relatively different game, because you'd have to build all the different towers, or the buildings in the spot to build it, and then there would be different upgrade towers to give them different upgrades, and then dealing with the heroes would be their own buildings. So you can't just like update the graphics or whatever. But anyways, got through that one relatively easily, even though some lives were lost. But that's fine. Now, what can I upgrade? Because I do have a decent amount of money. What are my objectives? What was this one? Build a watermill on a river. Could probably do that. Sniper's Recluse. So this one. Visit a friend. And take part in contested territory. I could do that. Or, how many more? 7 more tiki torches. That's easy enough. There we go. Just kind of place them at the little intersections, because why not? How many more do I need? What did I just do? I think that's 5, so 2 more. And oh, did it again. There we go. So that paid for some of it. Let's see, Sniper's Recluse. Did I pass it? There you go. And let's put this one right here. And I do love ninja monkeys. So let's build 2 more since I can. And then drag this over here. do I want to build? The Watermill on the river, which I know you can also place, whatchamacallit, the Buccaneers on the river. But I like to put the Watermills on the river, and no, not enough cash. Just gotta wait for that, or I could try to make my way up to that treasure. Shouldn't take too long. Let's see. Ninjas. For all these easier beginner stages, kind of makes sense just to group them up right at the beginning, just to kind of get it over with. Because if there's only 5 rounds and it's the easier difficulty than that last one, then it really shouldn't take much. Like, I shouldn't even need to upgrade the monkeys. Maybe the dart monkeys, but definitely not the ninja, especially because I can't upgrade them. I didn't do the research yet. But I probably could have. I don't remember if I built the actual upgrade building for the ninja, or if it was just the actual buildings. And then just a little longer. I do really love the music in this game in particular. When it came out, I was really hyped about the music. Just so sad that I can't listen to it right now. Alright, is this one gonna be easier? Or those are clusters? Or not clusters? I'm not a huge fan of this map though. This one always gives me trouble because I always want to be symmetrical, but it's not a great spot to be symmetrical here because of the range. But oh well, we'll see. Because of course you want to get as much defended as you can on this main part, since that's obviously where the bulk of them are coming. But then once it's split, there's, because of that little cave section, there's not really a lot of room to place your monkeys, because that's barely like half a second of coverage there. Which is why I try to bunch them up right at the bottom here before they split, or even just a little bit after. Although looking at the pattern of the road, doesn't really, well, I guess it kind of looks like a curve, because obviously with the cliff that means that this is definitely curved under, but looks what's the name of it, the Mobius strip thing is kind of what I'm thinking of, where it's kind of like an optical illusion that it looks like it's on the same depth, but other parts make it look like it can't be on the same depth. I don't know. Like the sort of triangle that folds in on itself or something. Let's see, long range. A little bit more. There we go. And then the piercing darts or sharp shots shouldn't be too big of an issue if the ninjas are doing most of the work at the beginning, and there's already 4 of them, so. Oh yeah, and I guess the bomb shooter gets an advantage here. But then there's not really a good spot for the bomb shooter. Like, I want to put one on both sides, but I only have one. And then there's not really a good spot for the attack tower. I guess here, but of course there's a cactus on this side. I guess I could put that one there, and then the bomb shooter on the other side. Oh wait, it's already over. It's the joy of Bloons Monkey City. As soon as you start getting like decent upgrade or decent towers, then the map is over. Alright, let's see. This is a nice map, partially because it favors ninjas, even though I still didn't see if I could start the ninja upgrades. Place about there, and then I will definitely need like as much towers as I can if it's on the medium difficulty, because unupgraded ninjas are nice. Definitely better than a regular dart monkey, but medium does hit a bit harder. So let's get that going. It's already round 3. Let's see. Bird monkey. See, and I was never really a big fan of the bomb shooters because I wasn't really a fan of the noise that it made for the explosion, which is kind of a strange thing to not like a tower for. But then also it feels like the explosion radius isn't really as big as I would want it to be. Then there's other ways to pop lead that are a little bit more useful in my opinion. Let's see. Should I save up for the bomb tower? Because there's not going to be any lead, so I don't need the bomb tower. Let's give them longer range. And what's that, 140? So that's 560 to get all three, or all four of them. Shouldn't be too bad. I don't think I've lost any lives yet. Wasn't paying that much attention. Then I could always use balloon stones to place down some spikes or increase their attack speed, but balloon stones are very valuable. And I'm not even sure what I'm saving them for necessarily, but I'm sure they'll be useful for something. So the premium currency of this freemium game. And let's see, will I even get to 650 before round 9 is over? Probably. Like once round 9 starts, I'll get to 650. And yeah, do wish I could increase the range on that a little bit, but then I would need to upgrade or whatever. I guess it kind of makes sense to put the bomb tower behind the dart monkeys, because they'll generally be popping everything near the beginning, but then whenever they don't pop, should be more clumped together, maybe? I don't know. Either way, I beat it. So let's see. What is going to be in the treasure chest? More money. More city cash. Nice, but not what I was hoping for. Let's see. Can I? Nope. Okay, level up. No. Okay, what are my new missions? Monkey versus monkey. Nah, not right now. Land grab, just continue to capture more land. That's what I was going to be doing anyways. So let's see. This one. That's not what I was doing. Okay, Ninja Discipline. And I could speed it up with 15 balloon stones, but there's no reason to do that. That's fine. Was there anything else I needed to build? I needed to build that balloon inflation factory. Wow, that's huge. Yeah, that fits. That's fine. Medium. I feel like the I'm gonna say the touchscreen settings, but they're not a touchscreen. It's just the regular grab or whatever, the mouse click. I feel like it gets a bit stuck sometimes, so it doesn't feel like a great port. And I don't know what those icons are. I don't remember what those mean. Can I get any more info on that? No? Okay. I don't think I got like a boost or anything, and I don't think there's a map. It's not like the check mark for the preferred or whatever. Let's see. Another ninja monkey. It really shouldn't be too bad. I do like this map because of its symmetry, but I don't really have enough rounds or enough monkeys to really make use of it. I want to say that little icon means that I get an extra monkey, but can't even test it. Alright. Oh yeah, it said bonus monkey teams, but what? Okay, so what? Capture land using only ninja monkeys or monkeys. Blah blah blah. Huh. Interesting. And then just mini land grab. Alright. So basically just keep doing what I've been doing. It's always nice when that's the objective. Just throw in a bunch. It's not really a lot of strategy that goes into the early rounds, which is why if I do stream this again, I'll probably play this off camera a bit more so that I can make a bit more progress. Because as much as I do love the music in this game, the beginning of it is just very slow. I mean, it feels kind of fast because you're going through each of the maps or tiles pretty quickly because of the short rounds, but it's just very slow progress because you have to get through so many tiles. The tiles are shorter, so then by the time you get to the longer tiles, it's gonna feel like, why are these taking so long? I'm used to the shorter tiles, but yeah. Of course, that's pretty much the nature of, well, I was gonna say it's the nature of all tower defense games, but I guess most of them are more consistent. Which, speaking of other tower defense games, I could also play Dungeon Defenders Awakened, because there was a new update since the last time I played it, but then I just didn't feel like playing it, because I'm waiting for more like new content, because the Dungeon Defenders Awakened is essentially just a reboot of the first game, but it's also still like in beta or alpha even, so can't judge it too harshly, since it's still basically just catching up on content that other games have already had. There are some maps that were unfamiliar to me, but I think those were just in Dungeon Defenders Eternity, which is another version that I played for a little bit. I was kind of interested in, but it wasn't different enough for me to really feel invested in. Yeah. And then I remember when, I want to say it was like when Bloons Tower Defense 5 came out, or it might have been a year or two after that. I remember asking Kiwi like, oh hey, just no rush or anything, but do you know when Bloons Tower Defense 6 is going to come out? Not that you need to be making it right away or anything, just because it felt like it could come out any second, even though there was no reason to believe that. And I was trying to do all the daily challenges for Bloons Tower Defense 5, which I never got around to. There's like or was it like 200 random challenges? Either the random challenges or the daily challenges, that I was trying to get through all of them before like Bloons Tower Defense 6 came out or something, but never got around to it. And then now that Bloons Tower Defense 6 is out, kind of want to try to 100% it, but then I'm like, I've already played through most of these maps, and like once I feel like I've got the optimal strategy, then it doesn't really feel like I want to take my time learning a new strategy, because once I find a new strategy, I'm like, well then what was the point of the old strategy? But then if it's worse than the old strategy, then like what's the point of the new strategy? But then when the strategy doesn't work on a harder map, I'm like, what? I thought the whole point of this optimal strategy was that it worked on everything, even though that's unrealistic. Let's see. 30 more tiles. Not going to go that far in this stream. This is probably going to end up being a bit of a shorter stream. But let's see. Is it still the monkey teams? Yeah. Put one right there. Right there. And of course, when Temtem came out, the monster catching game that is absolutely in no way related to other types of games, like Pocket Monsters. But I remember when that came out and I started playing it and I loved it, and I was like, alright, this is going to be my thing. I'm going to only play Temtem for the next 5 years. I'm just going to 100% to get a shiny of every, or I mean a Luma of every, or Luna? Luna? I think it was Luma. Of each of the Temtem, and have a living Temtem Dex, or Temtempedia, I should say. But then kind of stopped playing it once I got through the story content, which I always find funny that in RPGs like that, whenever I'm trying to get through the story content, it always feels like, gotta go through all these main story quests, and why can't I just do whatever I want, and why do I have to follow these things? And then once I get past all those story quests and I actually can do whatever I want, I feel like, what's the point of playing? There's nothing telling me what to do. And yeah, bit of a conundrum. But of course that has nothing to do with this game. So let's see. It's really not a ton of strategy that goes into these early stages. I know I mentioned that earlier, but just like trying to think of like where to place it or whatever. Like just basically put it near the beginning, just so that it pops faster. Which, speaking of, as much as I enjoy this auto start the next wave whenever you finish popping the current wave, it would be interesting to see like to auto start the next wave once the current wave is done spawning. Like even if you have all your towers near the back, once the first or whatever current wave you're on finishes spawning, maybe wait like a second and then spawn the next wave behind it. That way for something like the Moab, where it's just one big blimp, like as it starts, then the next wave will go and more balloons will kind of be in the way of it or whatever. That would be a fun little extra challenge. I don't know if it would be its own mode, because it's essentially Apocalypse, but you know, just to add that kind of variety to the main game. Alright, how much time is left on this? 7 minutes? Yeah, I guess I could wait for that. I've already forgotten what... Oh yeah, contested territory. I could try that as well. I remember doing it a couple times whenever it came out, but didn't really put too much investment into it. Because it really would have been nice to actually upgrade my towers a little more. My monkeys. Just put these about here. Because now without upgrades, they're not going to make it that far. But they did really well. I actually thought that clump was going to get past the Ninja Monkey. But that's fine. That's because Ninja Monkeys are awesome. I will say, in my personal opinion, the Ninja Monkeys are the best tower. Or best monkey, I guess. I do really like the Boomerang Monkeys. And I would probably say that they're still my favorite monkey, but the Ninja Monkeys are, in my opinion, technically better. Dang. Especially when they're, you know, fully upgraded or whatever. Because really, you could just technically spam a bunch of Grandmaster Ninjas and a couple of the Monkey Intelligence Bureaus in order to get through any lead. Because other than lead, they really pop everything. Fantastic. Let's throw some regular old dart monkeys in here. Try to pick up the slack a little bit. And then because I'm trying to get to as far of a round as I can, I do want to use my full inventory. So I will be using a sniper and a bomb tower. So I won't be getting the monkey team's bonus, which I don't even know if that applies to contested territory. Probably not, but eh. How many bloomstones do I even have? I think it was like 140 or 150 last time I checked. See, and then I'm never really a big fan of these like endless modes, partially because it usually gets to the point that my computer can't handle like how many balloons are on screen or something, which is kind of the strength and weakness of this game. What I really love about the Bloons Tower Defense franchise, as opposed to other tower defense games, is that normally in a tower defense game, the enemy has a certain number of health, or like health points. So to make the enemy tougher, you just increase their health points, and they're still the same enemy, basically. But then in Bloons Tower Defense, for the first part, like, you know, the red through pink balloons, or pink balloons, obviously, oh wait, I need a lead popper. I kind of forgot that was the thing. Let's see, will I get enough for a bomb tower before the lead actually shows up? Or was it just talking about black balloons? Let's see, well, alright, put that right there. And set it to strong, oh, never mind, I guess I lost. Didn't place it quite fast enough. But that's fine. I was defeated in round 9, beat round 9 or higher. Dang, so that's pretty close. Although, well, if round 8... No, never mind. Because I didn't beat round 9. I lost on round 9. That's fine. I was going to say something, though. Oh, right. Because for balloons, they don't technically have health points. It's just each layer has a different quality. So whenever it gets hit, that layer, you know... I guess it's just every 3 ones you capture or whatever. I don't know. But, what was I saying? Oh, right. So it's more about attack speed rather than attack damage. That really affects how good your towers are. Obviously, there's stuff like the snipers that technically do extra damage or pop extra layers. And then the mortar, I think, has a similar ability. As far as I can remember, I think those are the only 2 that can pop more than a single layer in a single attack. I could be wrong. Maybe super monkeys do that? I don't think they do. But anyway, so it becomes about how many you can hit rather than just how hard you hit it. And dang, that was really bad placement for those ninjas. Because I'm used to having Ninja Discipline and Seeking Shuriken to help out with that. But, yeah, that is not going to go well. I might actually lose on this one. It's kind of funny to me. But, so when you're making a more difficult balloon wave, you can just sort of clump them together or make a long stream of them or sort of mess with the properties of the balloon rather than just increasing its health points. Obviously, once you get to like the BFB and the ZOMG, then it kind of falls back on that health point type of issue. But for the most part, most of the rounds that you're going through and balloons you're dealing with are a bit more strategic than that, which I really appreciate. I think it's a really nice touch for tower defense games to have. But the weakness side of it is that once you get into the later rounds and you've exhausted all of your strategies and your different combinations, then you really are just left with how many can you hit at once and just sort of swarm the screen with balloons and blimps and stuff, which can be very difficult on the processor of the computer. Or, I mean, I don't know the processor specifically, but it would just be really difficult on the computer to keep up with that many things on screen, which is why you kind of have to default to the blimps to just have more health points, which is a bit of a shame. But that's just kind of the way video games work. Like, because in order to make it more difficult without just adding more blimps, you'd have to add more qualities that the balloons would have, and then even in that point, you would just become like it's immune to this type or it's immune to that type, like the purple balloons being immune to magic. And in like Balloon Super Monkey 2, having the glass balloons immune to technology, which would be kind of cool if the glass balloons made a comeback in this version or in the other games, basically. And you know, speaking of, when's Balloon Super Monkey 3 coming out? Let's see, Seeking Shurikens. And I think I'm gonna end the stream there now that I got through that. Oh yeah, Adventure Time. Is it out on Steam? Is it out there? Yeah, I think it is out on Steam. So who knows, maybe I'll do that next time or something. I don't think Balloon Super Monkey 2 is on Steam. Could be. I don't remember. But anyways, that's going to be it for this stream. Thanks for joining. And, or thanks for watching, I should say. And then I'll see you next time.